BeeCreative Crafts, and welcome back. Today is Sunday, November 21st, and this is episode 4 of Off the Hook. So today I'm going to try to keep it short, but I tend to talk a lot, so sorry. Okay, so first off, I had a birthday not too long ago, and I want to show you a couple of the things that I got for my birthday. Okay, the first thing I got is kind of yarn related, and y'all will see why. And I was going to stand her up, but she's old, and I've got to get some WD-40 and some pliers to kind of loosen up her, her adjustable nuts and bolts and whatnot. So, let me show you what it is. Okay, so this was from my parents, and we found her in a store. But she is adjustable, and we are way too close for me to be showing you. But she's got a cast iron base, and so I can make clothing in different sizes and see how it will hang on different size bodies. So have to come up with a name for her, but for now she's just been hanging out in the craft room. So let me scooch her back out of the way. Give me just a second as I keep knocking into the camera. Okay, sorry. Let me fix that back. Okay. Alright, and the second thing I got that I wanted to show y'all is from my niece Katie, and she picked this out for me for my birthday. So let me show y'all. It is one of the rainbow looms where you can make bracelets. So I'm excited to try this out and make some stuff for her. Let's see. She also gave me a card and a poppet keychain of an elephant. I love these little things. So that was from my niece, Katie. And now I'm going to pop in a video here and some pictures because she's been wanting to learn to crochet. And we've tried it once before. But last weekend, was it last weekend? I think it was last weekend. Yeah. We went back to learning how to crochet again. She wanted to make something. So I started her out with blanket yarn. But then I decided we would run to the store, and we picked up a little thing of cotton. And she made a washcloth. And she made the whole thing. And I think she did fantastic. It was a great little project for her. And I'm going to post a little video or picture. I think I took some videos of her actually crocheting. So, learning how to do it. So, I'm going to insert those here so y'all can check her out. Y'all, she's 7. So, go check it out. It's coming right now. Katie's learning how to crochet.
Off the dress, man.
Okay, so Gary over at Urban Yarn has a make-along going on for the month of November, and it is using his Bush Tracker beanie pattern, and it's a knitted pattern, and I will leave the link to his video where he's talking about the make-along in the description box below so y'all can go watch it and find out all of the rules, regulations, and what you have to do in order to join in. But he also has gotten, collaborated with Crystal at Bag a Day, and she created a crocheted version. And you can make either one. You can either make the knitted or the crocheted version. And y'all, I'll just be straight up. I chickened out on the knitted version. I printed out the pattern, but I'm just not that fast or that good at knitting yet. So I wussed out and I didn't do that one. But I did make the crocheted version. And I used some stock that I had in my stash. So here's what I made. Okay, so this purple here is from Hirschner's. It's just their worsted yarn, the Hirschner's brand. And then this variegated, I think it's called Jazz Stripe, but it's I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. So that is what this looks like. So it's a great little pattern. It's got a lot of texture. You push it back however you want to wear it. So I like it. I will leave a link to Crystal's pattern in the description box below. Or you can also, when you go over to Gary's video for his make-along, he'll have the links also to both patterns, to the knitted version as well as for the crocheted version. But so this was my entry into his November make-along. Okay, so since we're talking about beanies, let me show you this other one. Okay, so I don't know if y'all follow the crochet crowd, but Mikey had a mystery beanie or a mystery hat pattern that he shared the other day and he shared the pattern, but there were no pictures. So he was like, you know, if you want to make it just to see what it looked like. And so this was my version of that. Again, it's a really textured, and it's got all these really great cables going all the way through it. Now, this hat is you start at the bottom and work up. Now, normally I don't like those just because I prefer to start at the top and work my way down. That way I can adjust the length better. But, so, that is this one. So I did make this. Okay. And after I made this one, let me show y'all what the inside looks like. It's almost like a double layer because of those cables. Whew, sorry y'all, my hair is like flying away. You get this squishy on the inside. All these little ridges. So that's what the inside looks like. Yeah, I haven't weaved in my tails and I haven't made the palm yet. So, and I may not. What I'm thinking about doing is making a cowl using the cables to match it. But, so, there's that. And then, I decided to make another one with a smaller brim section. Instead of doing that and working this first, I did a front post and then 2 back posts and then front posts to get the same spacing and effect of this. And then I worked my way up. And I'm going to show y'all one other thing that I did different, and it will be on the inside. But let me show you what this one looks like. So it's still super squishy, and you still have all these great cables going through it. Okay, so this one I made a little different. In his, every other row is a single crochet round. So what I did, and again, I haven't woven my tails in on this one either. I picked up the back loop of each of those rounds. Hold on. So when I did that the next round, I picked up this back loop when I did my single crochet round. So it added this into that row. So then you just get that ridging. So y'all, this is so thick and squishy. But if you have somebody that's not a big fan of cables, well, then this probably wouldn't be the beanie for them. But they could also wear it inside out if they so desired. And I did not bring my ball band in here, but this is Red Heart Ombre. I didn't bring the ball band in, so I don't remember exactly what the color name is. Before I upload this video, I will look at it, and then I will post the name of it here or here somewhere Somewhere around my face will be the name of what this yarn is called. But it is Red Heart Ombre. That much I do remember. But yeah. So that was Mikey's mystery hat. He does have the tutorial up now. So I will leave a link to that in the description box below. If you are one that prefers to watch a tutorial to make something versus printing out the pattern. But, so that was Mikey's mystery hat. Okay, y'all, so I totally forgot to even talk about these beanies. Little Miss here needed a new beanie. So I made her up one using the rice stitch. And then we decided that her mama needed one to match. So I made this one for her mom. So now they have mommy and me matching beanies. Then we got to thinking, no, daddy needs one too. So I came home and whipped up daddy a slouchy beanie using the rice stitch. And here they are with their matching beanies. So cute. The yarn I used for all three beanies is Lion Brand's ice cream yarn in the colorway Rainbow. Okay, so if y'all follow me on Instagram, y'all have been seeing that I've been posting pictures of a fall jacket that I was making. Well, I still haven't finished it because I've just been sidetracked doing other things like, you know, making beanies. But I wanted to show y'all what I've got made and what I'm thinking about doing in case y'all were wanting to make one. And you can make them in any color that you want. I was doing this one in fall like colors. But seriously, y'all, fall is like here and Thanksgiving is next week. And we're going to blink and it's going to be Christmas, which is crazy bananas to me. But anyway. But I'm thinking of making up a tutorial for the squares. So if you wanted to make these squares, you could use them to make a blanket. If you wanted to turn it into a jacket, you could do that as well. But I'm going to show you what I've got. And all of the yarn that I've used in this, I switched over and I'm using I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. Mainly because it is the closest craft store to me, and I was able to physically go to the store, and they have a great selection of colors. So, let me show y'all these. Okay. Alright, so, I'm alternating the color pattern. You wouldn't have to do that. I mean, the main reason I was alternating the color pattern was so that I wouldn't use all of one skein of yarn and then have a bunch left of something of a different color. That way each color, each of the skeins would get used basically the same amount of time, with the exception of the outer rounds. So this is one, and this also will give you an idea of like how big these squares are. I want to say they're around 13 inches. Let me see. I did have a measuring, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. Okay, let me measure one right quick. And then I will get back to showing y'all all of the different color patterns that I have worked up with it. Okay, so it is, yeah, basically 13 inches. So I was right. Yay, me. Okay, so it's roughly 13 inches. So I kept the color pattern the same sequence. I just started it out different. So all of them had the yellow center and all of them have a yellow band here. And all of them have this navy blue round and the brown. And then those are all constant in every square. And then every time you see this burgundy, then the next color is purple, and then the next color is green, and then followed by the orange. And those alternate up and down through there. Okay, so that's one of the squares. So, that one. And then here is the one with the purple center. And this one has the green center. When I say center, I mean it starts out, and these do start out as a circle and then transition into a square. And these have not been blocked or anything. And I know this is coming across as well, maybe not, but it is a purple and then navy. So there's that one. And then the last one is the orange center. And what I'm thinking about doing when I do up the tutorial for these is because all of these are so dark, I'm afraid they won't show up very well on film. So, I have got 4 of these made up to a certain point. So I've got one that's just made with just the circle, and then I'm going to do each tutorial, but I'm going to use the orange color for those. So I'll have one, it'll start here, and then in the next one, I'll jump to this square, but still demonstrate using the orange. So that you can hopefully see the stitch work better. And then this one will be the last one, and then I won't have a choice but to do the navy and the brown rounds, but those are very easy rounds, so I think that everybody would be able to follow along with those. So there's that. So that's it, y'all. That is all I've got for my completed projects, which were the beanies, and then still my work in progress. And I do have an order for 3 pocket shawls that I will be making here sometime before Christmas. I should have the yarn for that next week. And I did make a couple of washcloths, but I've already posted videos for tutorials for those, one for the lemon peel stitch and one for the rice stitch. So, like I said, I do have tutorials up for those. No, I don't. I take that back. I have the tutorial up for those stitches, but I haven't put up the tutorial for the actual washcloths, but I did go ahead and make a few washcloths using those stitches, but I don't have them sitting here handy. They're on the other side of the room, and so, yeah. So that's it, y'all. Looks like we're coming up on about 20 minutes, so that is probably way longer than y'all wanted to listen to me yammer on. I hope y'all have a fantastic night. If I don't chat with you before Thursday, if you're in the States, happy Thanksgiving. Be safe, be healthy, be well, and have a fantastic time visiting with your friends and family. If you're in Canada, I missed your Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, just a month or so late. I hope everybody has had a great start of the holiday season. So until next time, happy crafting.